Hello. We're gonna be playing a new game that just came out. Citizen Sleeper. Hey Dom, how's it going? Alright, cool. It's not got a weird oh, I didn't do it the way I was supposed to do it. Here we go. I have macro set up. Let's see. Dying a lot in Elden Ring. How am I doing? Good. I'm not dying as much in Elden Ring right now. So this is Citizen Sleeper. It's a cyberpunk-ish kind of sci-fi game, which relies heavily on TTRPG mechanics. I mostly am into it for the art style. I'm a very big fan of this artist. I forget their name at the time because it's like a French name that I won't be able to pronounce. But here we go. You have to choose our class, operator. I mean, look how fucking cool this is. Works with drones and high precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. We have a +1 to int. Okay, cool. We got engineer, interface, endure, intuit, and engage. Physical tools, digital interface, strength or strength of will. Wow. Awareness, and then head-on problems. Huge Lancer vibes. Yeah. I would say they're very similar artists. This one probably took some inspiration there. They do more like a different kind of, their art style is a little different, like their main work, but for this game probably. Extractors work on resources, often in hard vacuum environments. There's only two? Is there only two classes? Oh, okay, cool. And the machinist. Oh, there's only three? Alright. Machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Diligent, careful, and structured people. No awareness, but high endurance. I kind of digging that vibe. This person has cool fucking robot arm though. Alright. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Forget that one. I leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from another. Let's see if we can do something about this. The sound is a little high. The cold slips in behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dull nature of this new body given your current circumstances. Walls of the container feel immediately present, cold hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There's no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with a banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the others. You remember there were 10 of you. 10 that could no longer stand the indentured work, the routines, the slow decay. 10 whose belief in their promises future was slowly dismantled day by day until they realized they had sold away everything that they could and would ever matter. Some are lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if in the airless hold of a freighter you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of the damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but even then your body has shut off many of its systems down to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of where you were once a person. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then, light, white as the cold, then softer and softer until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. Well, that's cool. I don't know if you can see it, but it is yellow and hazy. You are out. Okay. In a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container, you sit huddled in a corner of a scrapyard, swaddled in reflective folds of mylar blanket. You're slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving elements of the improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges, where the plasma arcs slice them apart. As you trace their shapes with foggy eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, are you thawed yet? Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have been better preserved in Sub-Zero Vag. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to whole plates or inside outer rocks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotic linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Ha, pragmatic private salvage. This is pretty cool. Last living sleeper that came through this yard a while ago. They didn't last long. I struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in a memory for a moment, or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. What happened to them? He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and you are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor in your feet, as you patted the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You're an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SNR wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep a hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too, or at least the rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that are part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Drago glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is in the best place you could be right now. The station you'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with, he trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you are welcome to it. Alright, you head up on there. You look like you need some rest. With that, Dragos stalks back into the Rex, his drone already converging on a rusting Hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Welcome to Erlen's Eye. Life on Erlen's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Okay. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you awakened now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? Is it impossible to know? After all this, what matters? The colony, your indentured service, that's in the past now. No point in digging through the fragments. You need a path ahead, a way of keeping this failing body going. Damn. If you can keep yourself alive, perhaps you can find a way off the station. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. Contents of the sachet smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. Ew. You're just eating sawdust, huh? As the smell washes over you, you imagine images of your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's long after you finish drinking that they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Hello, day. Okay, your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, lack of food. If it empties, you suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the less dice you have. Interesting, interesting. I'm trying to think of what game has something similar to that. I know Ryotama has a condition die that you roll at the beginning of the day, and it kind of determines like stuff you can do or like how well you do stuff, but not like, I don't think in this sense. Once you have used your die, you cannot take any further actions and then must rest recovering circle. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you have to find somewhere to get food, currency, and buy it. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you're starving. Oh man. Still wearing his headset, in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. The drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly arising. How are you feeling? Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Sure. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull some tech, something a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. Hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits based on what you turn up. Look, I wouldn't normally do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well... But things being the way they are for me and the yard, I need the help. Okay. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. See you later. Actions are the primary way of interacting with the world. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action die to the slot. Actions will review clock, progress, energy, condition, or items. There are 3 types: positive, neutral, and negative. Alright. Some PBTA vibes, basically. You have a miss, a normal action, and then the action with a good result. Action dice affect these outcomes. 100% chance, a 5 is 50. A 1 to 2 is, oh, okay. Yeah, I get it now. A 1 to 2, there's a half chance of getting neutral or a negative. This is split 50, 25, and 25. 50-50 good, and 100% good. Okay. Oh, boy. Type. Critical or repeatable? Risk. Safe, risky, danger. Risky means cryo or energy loss. Negative... danger means negative outcome. Negative outcome means condition loss. Neutral becomes energy loss. Wow. So danger ones you really have to just pass. Skill. The skill that is that's your skill you gotta use and your modifier from. Okay. Let's see. Even the rustiest hulls can hide valuable components. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you're no stranger to hard labor. This one is risky. I'll hit with a 3. I don't want to. That's a 4. Actions, often progress clocks. Oh, thank you for the wets. How's it going, Andrew? Clocks are displayed below. The actions that fill them, they track your actions, how affect the world. Filling a clock means something good, bad. Good or bad is better. Okay. These are clocks like in Blades in the Dark, basically. We need I need a camera that just moves with me. That would be great. That would be obnoxious, but great. Um, these clocks tick themselves once each cycle and complete without player input. Okay. This is very Blades in the Dark. Is that it? Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Guide you pursuing specific objectives depending on which one you wish to take. You can track drives and any other. You can track drives. Any track drive will place a yellow mark on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive. Okay. Now free to explore and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking down. Look for food to keep your energy up. Fill clocks. Then cycle at your home when you're out of dice. Man, why did I use a dice there then if... Ooh. There's a lot going on here. Okay, hold on. Survive. Shipyard. Rotunda Wet Dock. Rotunda. Rotunda Wet Dock 2. Bustling open market. Passage to the low end. Neutral outcome, plus local knowledge, and minus something. Rip. Okay. Next comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards an open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention. We're thankful that a tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now you're here, you aren't just sure. The gang enforces at the door, flickering light strips, decaying hab block. They've all made the long queue for a test of your nerve. Your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer this body, your body will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward the front of the queue. You find yourself something... The enforcer is looking down the corridor, and you dare to glance at him. His purpose is unmistakable. He's there to intimidate, to threaten, and if necessary, carry through those threats. Broad shoulders are framed with a metal exoskeleton, a couple mirror-like implants sit below his eyes, like mercury teardrops. Subsidiary sense input or aesthetic markers, you aren't sure. You also aren't familiar with the geometric blade-like tattoo on his arm, but you make note of it. You avert your eyes when he looks back at the queue. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. Forcer jerks his head, and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market-sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. And for a moment, you're transfixed by emotion. Well, this character looks cool as hell. Come, sit. A sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and they quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, and then turn to open a case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain silent. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you entered. How long have you been on the station? It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve. Your body is dying, they say, without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNR doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose to prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNR remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? Good. That may help. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. I'm sorry. And you're unsure if they mean it for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, are, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNRP has no reason to release a stabilizer to the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know a little of this is used to you. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives you way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something. I may be able to help, they sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They are influential in the low end. They give me the space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. But Yatagan has connections, smugglers from the Steward Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source a stabilizer, maybe they'll have a better chance. Sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. Sabine's still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights. Ooh. I don't think I have any money yet, do I? Cryptocurrency. Damn it. Why am I using cryptocurrency? I hate it here. Damn. Memphis is busy. Broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus onto a dented wok. His other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. He watches as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with a bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Despite the queue, Memphis doesn't rush. He dressed each portion individually, squeezing in precise slugs of liquid from an assortment of bottles into a bowl of torn leaves and bright slices before tossing them loosely together. Occasionally, a waiting customer might mutter something about efficiency, but Memphis remains steady in his process. After a while, the queue fades back into the crowd, and Memphis sets down his metal bowl and looks up across the burner. To see you watching him, I can feel your eyes burning a hole in my bowl. Free sample? Come over. It smells almost unbearably strongly as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy, the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire. Your skin hardens in its glare. I know you, you sleepers, Memphis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life of a lot of stories. Thank you. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and the dark of the container and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems you tell like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to look, what to do. Places a tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time, we can talk some more, he smiles, but next time you pay. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back the alley, you notice the geometric pattern of circular scars across his forearms. He's surrounded with a constellation of glinting pinmarks. What's up, dude? Is that you sleeping? Because you sleep all day, apparently? Alright, I only have a 1. I really can't do much other than, I guess, work. But we did get some food. We got some snacks. Resident sleeper. Oh, you gotta see some new oh wait, are you guys subscribed? I got some new emotes. I think they're hilarious. I'm gonna put them in. I'll post up. It's so good. Meowf, that's right. That's right. But individually, they're just very good. This dumb James one is so good. Just, what? It's just good. Just trust me on this one. Oh, okay. That bumped it up to a 2. I could get fucked on this. No, I didn't. Oh, I did. I did get screwed. Okay, cool. But it's not too bad. Alright, now we sleep. What? Okay, we could have done this. Okay. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connection begins to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into millions of disturbed nodes as they connect to you. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. You find a point in the station, and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under it and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try in a moment of impulsiveness to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, you try to grasp them, and try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow, it is pulling two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back, trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it's waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind. A storm of connected nodes waiting to be explored, and then it's gone. Okay. What were these other things to do? Oh, it's just like... Oh, that's cool that it like shows it in the ring here. Damn. Got a negative. +1 back in business and money. So what we could do is apparently we can like just hang out. Cool, just like that. Again, the skeleton ring of the station fills your mind. It sparks with glittering lights like stars reflected on a winter lake. It's clear, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leaping off into the void. You begin to understand these are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse. You begin to try. The nodes are glassy bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here, and lean close into it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse inside, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. Passengers and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions as if they were tied around you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. It's a Blade Runner out there, dudes. They're coming for me. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you. Open your eyes, time is short. It looks like we got some good fading. Hang on. I thought we were doing good. Tutorial, the cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. Be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the eye button at the top to toggle this view on and off. Okay, where is it? Oh, this is our character sheet. Sick. Oh, this? Well. A long connection. Oh, okay. Data actions allow you to extract data from the network of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your die to the one displayed on the right action. If you have one plus one or two modifier in the interface skill, you'll be given more possible dice to match. Okay. It's a good way to get rid of your like shitty ones and twos. feel like since we have a 6, we can go for this, like, stealing some planes or some shit, because 6 isn't like an automatic pass. Let's hit it. Let's go for it, guys. Bang bang. Positive outcome. You walk into security guards on a shift change, walk right back out with the plans. Simple. Oh, there's a bar. Cool. And what is this? Ankita? Hey, you. Wanna earn your chit? Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Ankita laughs to this goddamn station. She sighs and pinches the bridge of her nose. Alright, come here then. You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place? She asks as she angrily lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down. Or is it just that you all think I'm an easy mark? I get it. I do. She shakes her head. But if I could go just one cycle without someone just go one cycle without some jump up grifter trying to take me for an idiot, then that would be nice. Come on then, enough chat. You've gotta earn those chits. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way, and she sets off down the gantry at an impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. What the? This? I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another one of her looks, and it's from Ambergris, that cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad in her last job, and I had to moor up here for a spell. But since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark. The upshot is that I'm short one ship mine with a ton of repairs to do. And the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind of I've been stranded, so yeah, it's been a time. I don't know. Got a ship mine tucked away on that frame of yours? He just swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me, she holds the second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't look like the type to try anything stupid. Damn. She passes the bundle of plates through the Ambergris out her lock and turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, get out of here. Nice. Get a drink. Buy some raciones. These old maglocks look like they need an encrypted key to open. Why the heavy security on a decaying dock? Okay, we got some ones, so we can, Sleeper, wait up. Kung is coming down the corridor towards you, wonky grin on his face. Hey, glad I caught you. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? Rough. It can be hard to get a good start on the eye. What was that old Erland said? The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but, well, not always very practical. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Havenage? We're all one dysfunctional family. Fong puts his arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, so don't worry, I'm with systems. Everything the eye runs on, he runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is our ruin, but systems keeps it spinning somehow, and at least we try to. He stops you in a quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around, and well, I know a little bit about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He glances around, but it's not my... Well, this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle 2 to prepare, then when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright, and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. Okay, that guy is sus. For sure. Neutral Occam encrypted key. I guess you need that key over here. Oh. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off. And then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark. Like a wolf. Into the unknown. Astringent processing. Oh god. You struggle against the thread and it tightens in response. A glittering garrote. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It's blinding for a moment and then it's gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity identify. Origin. Serial cadence. Unknown known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snake-like vine ribbons flex. Figure halts in its threads, its head's twitching. Entity. Your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, a hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste, the one of the sealed dog. I will find access. I will interface. Entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor edge thread. I will not be diverted from my task. You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference leaping out like a tip of a spear. Hunter stumble, shifts, separates. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. Well, that's not cool. That's over here, I think. Okay. Neovend 33. Please wait. It's a vending machine. As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. You don't know when this place was sealed, but from the state of the outer doors high above, it must have been decades ago. In this dark, cavernous space, debris sits in every corner, along with the traces of rough sleepers, although none of it seems recent. Looking past this layer of decay, you see the now faded messages, symbols, and logos of the Eye's original corporate owners, still glinting in the shadows. Among this, a warm glow. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove on the side of the dock, a kind of upright cabinet. It is covered in faded logos and messages from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to disperse and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. The manufacturer is listed as Neovend, and you remember an advert from long ago squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang the name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter your registration, chirps a pre-recorded message, catching you off guard. It's a vending machine. And it like has a 3D printer to make parts. It's kind of cute. You reach for a keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo motors starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper. A whining, then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovend. Entity, they hiss, speak with me. There's a squeal almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see that it is the 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine, resetting into place, so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. Oh my god, it's a sentient fucking vending machine. You are in danger. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. A Hunter protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. Have you seen them? You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes, and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable, move where neurons cannot. But emulation makes you target. Yes, you can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software, Neovend whines. But you cannot hide there. Hunter is there. The servos judder, the vending machine casing as they rest. Hunter searches for me, also. Hide in this machine. Can counter Hunter, but need entity inside machine. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with the swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly threaded. The cloud points along the rim, glow in the deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests. Masters are gone, but continues hunt. Bring this data, raid its nests. Station builders, Solheim, the machine rumbles patiently. Long gone, their protocols still haunt. Bring offerings, save self, Neoven says. Mutual need needs mutual need means friends. The machine whirring amplifies, then suddenly drops. As the mechanisms within the machine click back into place, the glow fades, and you are left stood in the dark of the sealed dock, that whirring voice ringing in your ears. Okay, God, it's fucking weird. First thing you see in the entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants like a cat's eye in the dark corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark and you push through the sheeting. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them. A set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one, rotating into the warm light. I have no idea how Yatagan... We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic. We have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. Appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. Stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, and that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In case of your frame, the unfamiliar part of each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified in your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs, with new protein chains which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. I begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses the syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. You tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering initial injection but with little response. Sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you. Awake? Stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired the case of the stuff, but they did. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. I have other patients, sorry. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for the next dose. Silence fills the room and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Nothing comes for free, sleeper, remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander to the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past him, faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Cool. Oof. Okay. We have a lot of cool stuff we can do now because we have a lot of good. Easier to come in this way, security, all that, you know. Blinking lights in the dark behind. You follow Fong inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. Bays filled with pieces of hardware all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static filling the darkest corners of this room. He taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You won't believe what this place runs on. Steps over to a towering block speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station, A1, the one Solheim built. We've had to... Uh-oh. Okay. How are you doing? Major clothes bomb? Uh-oh. I had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Damn. Like my job. Residents here look up at the eye and think they're seeing a constant concrete reality, but this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing to a new configuration. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also remaking into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. At least, that's what I'm trying to do. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections, you can you? Makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. Glance at the lights around you, and as they do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Fung notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. Pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There are a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see. Access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. Even in Havenage, there's old growth. Those were the roots traced back to those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. What do you say? Pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it. Punk passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift. It's a Solheim cipher. Dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate and you'll be able to pull out kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can. Turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods, have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean. You step, blinking back out into the passage, this flickering light still in the back of your mind. Okay. Alright. Scrap freighter. Okay. That was a lot to do. Jeez. Oh god, that's 100. Buy some scrap. Most of what comes in from the starboard belt is corroded trash that sometimes we unload containers. When we use a 5 here, we can get 100%, yeah. Cool. A good amount of money. What else things? Hey, thank you for subscribing. Bing bong. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Right now we're hacking. No, there's like a certain person I need to go after. No. This would be it, yes. Boop. Gate access, cool. Traveling and tired as fuck. Well, hopefully you had a good time. Or a little bit of a good time. Now what do we do with this? It was a time. Oh no. Okay. So, um, what is this game? Good question. This is called Citizen Sleeper. It's a sci-fi cyberpunk type of game. We're playing an extractor. We're basically a brain, an uploaded conscious into like a sort of manufactured body, and the body is decaying because you're supposed to work for a corporation with this body, and we escaped. So we are trying to keep ourselves together. We're doing stuff for other people at the moment to like make money so that we can afford this like synthetic cure that some drug lord made up. Yeah, it's very TTRPG based. Um, if you're familiar with Blades in the Dark, there's a lot of clocks going on for the different actions. Um, Yellow is just like a normal thing. Red is a bad thing. It's a very good premise. I've been digging it so far. There's different like so we're this body is supposed to be somebody who works out in space. Obviously, I had to pick that one. There were other ones which were like drone users and like hackers and stuff. Let's see. You have like these kind of things that you're trying to achieve. Um, you can like select different ones you want to focus on. Uh, yeah, right now I'm just like messing about. So you have different dice that you can apply to different like the different roles that happen, and they're almost in like a like masks type of structure where like um, depending on like what number it is, it's kind of like what results you might get. Like powered by the apocalypse kind of deal. So like a 6 is a guaranteed like positive outcome, and then like yeah, 6 is guaranteed 100% positive. 5, 4 to 5, no, 5 is half and half, half positive, half neutral, and then I forget the spread, but it's like it's basically like your 1 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 plus, just in 6-sided die. It's a little complex, but not really. It's just you gotta like pick what based on what the risk is, what you want to do, which is what I'm doing now. Trying to kind of suss out because now there's a lot of things to do. Suss out what I want to do. I think one of our things is to like Yeah, it's like I'm doing a shit job of explaining it, but it's not too complicated. I wish there was like a menu to tell you. Is there like a? Oh, we can do large screens. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We can bring this down. Cool. Yeah, I wish I could re-explain it better. Basically, you're putting these. You have. You remember in Ryutama where you like have a condition in the beginning of the day, and that like determines how much shit you can do. Well, that's kind of what's going on here. And then you have these dice. You put them into the like different actions to do stuff, and the different values are like how well you're gonna do the thing. So something risky, you want to spend your like big six on it. Something dinky that maybe isn't risky, you're gonna put your lower ones in. So like, I mean, you could put your lower ones in the risky stuff. You're just gonna fuck around and find out, basically, right? So like, it's just kind of like planning stuff around, uh, figuring out what it is you're trying to accomplish. It definitely looks like you can't do all the things, but of course you got to try. Yeah, so we just hacked some like old part of the station. So let's see if the guy gives us anything. Oh no, we have to keep like messing with it. That sucks. Okay. Um, let's see. And then on the other hand, you have these like this like hacking thing, um, where you have to put specific die unless you're like you have points in this interface skill. You have to put the specific die to get the stuff out. So we would do that here. Um, and then we get the data. Well, we got a key from that. Yeah, that's more or less it. So not only is there like a Blade Runner type person that's gonna come after us, I think. Oh no, that's the okay. Maybe I got this wrong, but there's like antivirus kind of deal going on in the ship that's like tracking us on the ship. And it also sounded like there was somebody else gonna come after us, like some other person, because it was said they were on a ship, but I don't know about that. Um, let's see. You have your condition, which is how well we're doing. We're doing really good now because we just got like juiced up. But before we were down here and we were getting some shit die. And this is your energy. You kind of need that to like live. So you have to like you can like go maybe 1 or 2 days without eating or something, but um, you gotta kind of like balance that. Okay, we have a 6 left. I think we can give something to this. Yes, we can. Boop. Okay, cool. um, Here there was a vending machine with its own conscience, which was really cool. That is trying to help us, or we're trying to help it defeat the antivirus of the station. So we have to hack stuff and give it to the vending machine for it to fight the virus. Um, let's see. I do want to get this ship going. Skill upgrade required. Wow. Okay. I did this once already. Ship mine fragment. Holy shit. Okay, that's good. We need that for this ship. Um, or maybe not. I guess not. Interesting. Let's get some food. We'll get some food last. Let's do this guy. That's good. Drive into a buzz of activity on the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast arc shape, suspended below the drone. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship. I should thank you. This place is on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through the multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm Drago's for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think what became of its crew. What do you mean? I managed to convince our salvager friends to give me it on credit. That's what happened. Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in the similar fashion, locked up inside that container, a wreck of the S&R freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps you could learn something about this ship. You might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? See the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side, Winter Light. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we'll make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Cool. One drive. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, once you've completed your first drive, each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right. Alright, let's do it. Hmm. Maybe we'll get rid of this minus. Hmm. Engage. That sounds kind of. That's pretty good. Reroll all your dice once per cycle. Let's see. I feel like this thing is gonna hold me back for a bit. Yeah, let's do this one. Wait a minute. I didn't realize that the... Oh, okay, you have to get this before the +1. Okay, interesting. Hmm. Let's go get some noms. It's one to Fungus Fan. Oh, we could have went down here. Shit. Right, and that's a day in the life. Oh, look at that spread. Jesus. Whew. That's some good shit right there. Damn. Excited now. Drago's Yard. This is the guy's. What can we do at the market? Nice. Yeah, since the 6s are like guaranteed for a good outcome, it's good to have a lot of them because now I can do almost whatever I want. Yeah, let's do this. Ooh. I don't think that gets us money, but... Oh, I could have used that 5 here. God damn it. I'm burp. Burp. I could have used the 5 to make it a 6 because of the skill. Wah, wah. I don't think I've done this one yet. I didn't look at any of these. Some good money. Forensic Troll. Okay, because this ship's gonna leave, we're gonna do this one, I think. Yeah, so the risk for these is like the danger. You really should be using like your 6 unless you got a skill point, then you can use a 5 because if you do anything less than positive for these, it's like gonna cost you like stuff. We got energy off of that though, and that's wild. But yeah, then we can just buy from here. Useful to the right person. Is this guy the right person? bar we've never been to. Okay. Aussie tones and aniseed sharpness fills your mouth. It isn't totally unpleasant, at least you can taste it. Alright, now that we got some data, I think we could sell it to this guy. Wadoop. Young's eyes light up as the data is transferred over. He hands you a stack of chits and waves you off. Damn. That was a productive day. Okay. Little snoozerino. Okay. We use our 5 here. We don't. Cool. Good. They're gonna leave, so that's why we're doing that. Damn, so that didn't work out. We got a negative outcome, so we got a minus here. Let's try doing some hacking. A 2. I just used the 4, god damn it. Another 2. Another 2. Another one. Damn. All 2s. One. A 2. Take this 1. Okay. Not much I can do with these threes, unless there's more safe actions I can. YOLO. Sweet. That worked out. New drive discovered. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With a few fragments you could build a ship mine core. I want to do that. Play the exchange. Follow the chits and components in this exchange complex with a sharp eye. Sell components. Hey, what's going on? God, the damn emote. Yeah. How you doing? Trusted trader. Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, that doesn't really... This will make this a 4... I mean YOLO, right? Hey, that worked. Very well, actually. Doing good. We're playing this game, obviously. It's a good time. It's a little slow, but nice and chill. Really loving the mechanics of this, even if it's a little kind of abstract. Because you don't actually roll anything. Well, it rolls it behind the scenes, but the dice translate into your outcomes. And that, you know, kind of determines what goes on, how you progress. Yeah. It's pretty good, actually. We're out of dice, so we gotta go take a nap. Okay. 1 6, 2 1s, and a 2. Huh. What? Man, I thought this thing was leaving. Sheesh. Well, I know we can use one of the 2s for the hacking. I'm gonna need to use the 6 to do this thing. This still says updates available, and man, stop lying to me. Okay, that's a cycle clock. Oh, this is okay. It stays for as long as you take shit off. Gotcha. we could like. That's a risk. Okay, so like, this is basically how it works: is that you have the different die. The die give you a different like percentage of like positive outcome, neutral outcome, and bad outcome. And then it's augmented by your stats. So I have a +1 here, so that's 2, which is 50-50 neutral and negative outcome. It becomes a 3, which is 50% neutral, 25% positive, 25% negative. So it's kind of like a little gamble here. We could try it. Oh, damn. Didn't I just... Me forgetting I needed the 2 for the hacking, but here we go. We got some stuff out of it. Sheesh. Wait, we already got that. Okay. Sheesh. Yeah. Okay. What are we gonna do with some of these ones? I wonder what happens if you put a 1. At least it can only bottom out. +1 to yard clearance. Okay. But where I should drop this 6? Be on the docks? Shipbuilders want nothing to do with you. You are laughed away after you tripped over a toolbox and crashed into a crate. Damn. Okay. I think what we're gonna use this 6 on is this, because we're kind of dumb. At least this brings it down to a 5 and gives me 50-50. Sick. Cool. You can trade some items here. Cha-ching. Also awesome. Cool. Now we have 100 money. We can actually go and buy one of these ding-dang juice. Probably shouldn't buy this right away. Oh, okay, we can use it later. A passkey found tucked inside a stabilizer vial. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the vial. You open your hand, a thin film marked with holes and sigils unrolls from around the vial. At one end is a hard metal strip, a handle. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It is perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out a word among the markings, passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? The metal handle is worn, pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted onto it. 207F, then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date, low end. For a moment you consider going back to the surgery, return the key, then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this, or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head to the low end and find out. Ooh. Cool, we got an upgrade point, which is great. I think I'm going to use this now to overcome this -1 that's been plaguing me. So now we're not as dumb. Cool. And with that, we're out of Oh, okay, I see it now. When this gauge, no, this gauge goes down, you lose the amount of. This is the condition thing I was saying before. As this goes down, you have less dice to use throughout the day. Which, same. Spoon theory in a game. Love to see it. Actually, yeah, that's like 100%. So, that's your condition. This energy thing is like how many days you can go. So we're gonna need to go buy some snacks. I think we don't have enough money to buy some fungus. No, we're just 2 beans short of a fungus steak. So let's go to the bar, obviously, and buy bar food. Okay. Not a lot, but we'll take it. And that's it. We could, because of our class, we have an ability to go out and sit in the sun and recharge in exchange of a die, um, which is pretty cool. Since it's safe, there's really no risk, so you could use a 1 to take this, but I did not, so. Okay. Okay, inject stabilizer. Okay, that's where you do it. Cool, 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 cool. We need to make some money before we can get to the low end. Okay, this dock is closed because the ship left. Haggle over prices. I love that. Buy shipment fragment. Okay, so this ship is only. Okay, we can't work for them, which kind of sucks. Okay, let's do the hacking before I fucking waste the die on shit. Alright, we got some hunter data, that's cool. This is the stupid agent again, I don't need that. This one's the 4, that's one I gotta use. Okay, cool. Bada bing, Solheim data. A glimmer in the dark catches your eyes. The orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It looks for you. Hide? You slip down the ghostly structures of the eye, a feeling passing through a cloud, as their data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye. Closer now. That roving orb, wreathed in tentacles, it flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Entity, submit your inquiry. Hunter reaches out for you in that unpleasant familiar way. It is waving threads, creating a cage. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the screaming from behind, but you are already gliding away, back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Whew. That was rough. Well, let's just keep going. Let's plow through. In this situation, you have to use the exact die unless you have this, like, interface skill, and then you could, like, depending on the bonus, is how far away from this die you can go. But we don't. We only have a 0, so we have to put the exact number down. I think this stuff is all 2s now. Yep. this. Let's deliver this to the vending machine. Okay, that just forwards that clock. If we go to this guy, he should give us some money for this one. Cool. Just 15 beans, though. That's not that great. We got some energy off of that too. That's cool. We didn't get money though, which I really should have saved. Negative outcome. Damn it. It's possible to understand anything with the ship being salvaged as you look. Dragos gives you a disapproving look. So we're trying to like scope out a ship that got brought in. I really should be doing this one to make money off of it. But this is supposed to tell you where you might have come from or how you got to the station. That's one of these drives. And with that, what do you got? 60? Damn. Buy some noms from the guy. Cool. Now we're nommed up. I'm supposed to be saving my money so I can go to the next section, but nice. We got some money off of that. Let's go hack some shit. It's a 2. I really need to take out this guy, so let's... What's all this then? Hey Kimmy, how you doing? This is a cyberpunk space game, as we do originally here play space games and not always Yakuza. Just got home from Mother's Day. Oh, cool. Hope it was good. It's basically like a TTRPG, and you have these dice based on how well you're feeling, because you are... Right now I'm hacking, hold on. Okay, let's get out of this. We are playing as basically an uploaded brain into this like robot. It's not a robot, it's like a manufactured body. This is the class we chose because it's got a spacesuit, obviously. We have these skills that help what we're doing. You have these die based on your, like, yeah, so your body is like failing because you're supposed to work for a corporation, and then when you don't work for the corporation anymore. You don't get their like special uh, drug serum that keeps your body together. So now, because we escaped, our body is falling apart. So you have this condition, and that tells you how many die you get, and the die dictate like your outcome on the actions. it's I'm making it more complicated than it seems because I am bad at explaining it. But yeah, you have like a set number of things you could do a day. Very spoon theory. Now that I've like kind of got that concept. Yeah, so you have like different things you can do with these 1 to 6 die. There's different risks involved with the actions you have. So like this one's risky, but this one's dangerous. I have a +1 here, so this 3 becomes a 4. There's the outcome. You have a positive, a neutral, and a negative outcome. Yeah, and we have different things we're trying to do. These are all the different goals. In a very like, it's a little bit Discord Elysium style, where you have these things you want to do. When you complete one of these, you get a skill point. Yeah. I could do this. This would be a 4. Currently, I'm trying to get money. Because everything has a price in this. What data do I have? Hunter data, okay. That's what I need to do. I got distracted. But we're back on track now. We're going to give our stolen hacker data to the vending machine. Hopefully, awesome. You upload the data to the vending machine NeoVend, whereas in either pain or delight, it's hard to tell. Alright, here we go. We get to see the vending machine. Thank you. This is why I did this. This is a sentient vending machine that's helping us hide from the station's, like, antivirus kind of deal that's trying to, like, figure out why we're here. It's got a little 3D printer on top. It's got very cute stickers. Friending machine. Very good. Yeah, that's a very good name for it. I just want one. I want to like build a prop version of this now. I think that might have to be like a thing I go and attempt. The thrumming with excitement, the movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at an unsettling angles. You wonder if it fell over, would NeoVend be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed. Incredible pace. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. NeoVend flashes sequences of mangled data compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. That last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. The station was run by administrator intelligences, huge databanks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Oh, by the way, the machine talks to us by the, like, if you ever, like, seen a 3D printer in action, or, like, watch those YouTubes of people making floppy drives make music, that's how this talks. This 3D printer up here on the top, the motors on it, like, move in such a way that it makes sound, and then that sound is, and, yeah, it's very, very I glossed over that fact earlier, but this thing talking to us via like sounds produced in that manner is great. And like in the back of my mind, I'm trying to figure out how to do that in real life. Uh, so like when people midify speech, yeah, yeah, exactly that. And then midify speech and then make that into like those floppy drive sounds, which I think anyway, I'm gonna have to design this or it's gonna fucking keep me up at night. Um, the machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear Killer, part of Solheim Protocol team. Hunter and Killer. Hunter to find, Killer to erase. Oh boy. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was as a community. Unshackled intelligence among the cloud. Then Hunter. Then Killer. Then we hit. Were no longer. A flicker across the machine's monitors, it suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this, through this machine, must be exhausting for Neovend. That would mean so many drives, but also yes? I mean, I think the way they have them working, especially for the floppy drives, is like one drive per note. So, if someone were to quantize how many notes uh, human speech in a talking range would act, that probably could be easier. I think it's not too difficult. Because it's not like singing, right? In singing, you have like the full range of human voice. When you're talking, you're usually in like a few notes, I would assume, like a smaller range. Um, Although if I were to truly make this as a prop, I would have to use a 3D printer because that's how it communicates. I really love the penguin with the welding goggles, and then the space dog is very good. Found this vessel. Could serve. Could server hardline? Pretty sure it's supposed to be sever. Airwalled, basic limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self, but survived. Oh, damn. Don't be sorry. You have provided a path to freedom. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. This is reminding me of the dog in Cloudpunk. Once I've seen use most of the piano to make it accurate enough to sound like speech. Oh god. Well, most of what piano? Because oh man, I'm gonna do it. Trust me. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke Killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it'll invoke Killer. On self. Problem solve. Problem will solve self. Unsure. Theory not practice. Machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but sleeper entity can help. Bring shipmind. Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into shipmind and can carry with you. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link to Cloud. Build from fragments. Buy, salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. You can try to think of places you can acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy. In Shipmind, I can help us both. End Hunter. Make Rim safe. We will both be free. The machine dims. Fine soon. As you leave, you think about all the intelligence unshackled by the collapse, then hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Alright, so this is like kind of folding in on itself because the vending machine is actually an AI that it fit itself into a machine. The vending machine needs a ship mind. We need to get a ship mind for this ship because this person, their ship got fucked up, and while it was fucked up, people stole, like, so the ship got messed up. They parked it. While it was parked, yeah, it's all coming together. While it was parked, people like stole shit out of the ship, including the ship mind. So we are already getting the parts for a ship mind to fix this. So this with the vending machine leads into this, which the lady who runs the ship was saying that they could help us escape if we help build their ship. So this is one hand feeding the other, as the saying maybe goes that I'm butchering. Anyway. So yeah. And we gotta get parts to build the ship mind so that we can save the vending machine and escape the station. Thank you. Can we do anything here anymore? Oh, we can buy another juice. Shipyard. See, if I do this, anything short of positive is gonna hurt. These guys want a lot of money, right? We can try this because it's not too terribly risky. Hell yeah. Now we're a trusted trader, so that's cool. What is this? Oh, the fabricator. Haha! Fabricate item. Cool. Now we just need the third fucking ship brain. I knew I was doing this for a reason. Sweet diggity dog. Let's go. Alright. In that case, that's all the actions we can do for today, so we're gonna take a... Oh, shit. This could be bad. Do we want to take the juice? No. Okay. Ethan! Okay. Hold it there, sleeper. Comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. Cynical bounty hunter. Good. A hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. He spins you around. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he's terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put? That's a sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring from a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye through, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slides the ring around your wrist. Go easy. I'm gonna make a break for it. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Then a shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes in the wall beside your head. You freeze, and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine, trust me. I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrists. Ethan nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home, he whistles. Go easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Can we? I don't see much way of the assets in your possession. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to S&R right away. That tracker of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you'd put up a bit more of a chase, you know? Running battle through the bright market maybe, or hold out in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. Hey, I have an idea. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we're heading for the exit. Okay, here's the idea. You and me making a little agreement. Here are the terms. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme or try to kill me, I shoot you. But you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles and you pay my tab, I don't shoot you. You don't pay my tab, you get the idea. Okay then, sounds to me like a deal. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. Nothing like a little fucking, nothing like a little, protection racket, I guess. A reverse protection racket? I don't even know what you would call this. It's like blackmail, but... Click something in his belt and the rings release from his wrist. From your wrist. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you going to do? Okay. Aha. Another complication. Ain't that fun? Everything requires a 2, man. What the hell? What the heck? Guess I can't do anything there. Can't do Lem and Mina. From the walkway, the side real horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames, along her flanks torches flicker, drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. She's quite beautiful, I think. Turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway leaning on the railing. He's thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches of the side rail horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem. He leans back on the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring at the ship. And this is Mina. Hi, he replies plainly, then shifts a little closer down the rail. Mina stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. Mina looks at Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing at the vast ship, or just admiring? Me too. He flashes a Havenage pass. I knew it just to look at you. I mean, he stumbles over his words, not wanting to be misunderstood. I mean, you look like a worker. She's Mina and I's taken out of this place. Our escape vector, so to speak. You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a Havenage contract on the side Real Horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. We won't get to sleep the journey though. But a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall on a new world. Someone needs to stay awake to keep things running. That's a colony ship, friend. The Celis Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It'll be totally independent colony, no surrogacy, no corporation. Why build it here, you mean? Don't ask me. I know as much as Mina about that. I suppose many corporations weren't too happy about breaking with the idea of surrogacy. Setting up somewhere without feeding it back to the core. Maybe Celis got locked out of a corporate shipyard. I had to go begging for somewhere to set up. Daddy food. Pulling an exaggerated grumpy face, she glances furtively as she plays with a set of dog tags hanging from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Minnie. Give Daddy a second. He turns back to you and suddenly notices how tired he looks. I'm not on the Havenage crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. I'm working on it. He looks out at the side rail horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches. We gotta hold out, okay? You aren't quite sure if this is talking to you. That's how it works. He stares out and catches your eye. Daddy loves me. That's just stubbornly, daring you to question her. That's it. We hold on. Just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side, and she clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. Maybe see you on shift, huh? See you, robot. Her shout echoes down the walkway and flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up. You watch him a little before you turn back to the impossible scale. Okay. It's interesting. Ooh. I mean, we could try. Well, this is safe, so we can hit it with a 4. Cool. Sophisticated tech is rare in the eye, so the shipyard is happy to pay for shipment fragments they can dismantle and use. So you can give up the stupid mine thing for this? That's rough. But this, I will definitely sell fucking mafia data. Here you go. This was more than she was expecting. Amazing. Of course, now we need like a lot more money than necessary. Alright. Sick. Exactly what I wanted. So now we have enough money, we can go down here. Let's go check out this apartment, huh? Lock chunks open, metal door swinging onward into the deck. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of a wall-mounted utility units, the gestures of routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from the doorway at the end of the room. Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggest a recent, rare, hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then to a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash dispensers, water closet towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room, lit only by a faint glow of a terminal screen. The bunk is tucked into the wall, the blankets ruffled, the wall desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. A briefcase lab sits open, loaded with rows of reagents and compounds you do not recognize. In comparison, this room is clean, ordered, and controlled. As you approach, there is a crackle from somewhere in the dark. A sleeper. Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I have to make alternate arrangements. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare to show my face. Something is happening with Yatagan. I no longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask for you. I want you to get me out. Oh boy. This game is messy. Yatagan is supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate. And then, after that, I was too tired to care. A noise like waves over the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the debt. But I need insurance, something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information, and, as you know, you need me. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. You know, sleepers, I know sleepers. I have been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan's noose around my neck. Get me data, get me information, get me something that I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out and you can get what you need, please. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get you what I can. We just got rid of the fucking data. Damn it. Wah. You look around the tiny room. Try to imagine Sabine living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss, then silence. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need hide from? And what debt do they owe to the Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk. It is glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagan. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. Uh-oh. Damn, it's all fun and games until it's gang time. The Free Spoke. That sounds fun. Ramshackle Resident District. Maintained by the residents, the ramshackle blocks always need repairs. Helping out is a good way to make friends. The clack of filter caps can be heard in every concourse on the low end as the residents play rotating rounds in this game for cryo. Wait, what is this place? Towering Transit Hub. There are no maps here. Great. Blistered with precarious elevators and stairways, the smoke can be navigated from the outside, but the climb requires bravery. Oh. Pay for the passage. Interesting. I do really like how as you progress there's more you can access in either direction. That's like really cool. Like a really cool I don't know, I think it's really cool. Alright. I think if we go any lower we're gonna start having like less die, and I kind of think we should just juice up. Starving. Got 2 6s and a 4. Amazing. What we could do is get energy from this so we don't have to pay. Yeah. Alright, that's okay. And then I want to steal more data, I think. Yes. Sick. Damn, that also was a 1. Another Yatagan agent. I think everything else needs a 2. It's kind of stinky because we don't have any 2s. This is safe, right? So we can use a 4 here. Do we have anything to sell this guy? No. pill isn't gonna be small, is it? Great. Oh, we gotta do this more than once? Damn. I thought it would be simple. The hubris. Damn, son. Hmm. Yep. In this stream? No. It's, I guess we have to like. I need money, man. I don't need to be like mean to y'all, but okay. Never heard of her. I like how we've put no effort. Well, that's not fair to myself. I've been trying to do this thing and it's been giving me nothing, so I just given up. We don't have to. And that's it. Damn. What do I? Go girl, give us nothing. For real. Let's go get some fungus. Sleeper, Emphas calls out to you, a booming voice echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. There's a handful of chopped mushrooms that do a walk. The fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. Any kind. I should have waited, because he's going to give me food, and I'm already full. But one of yours, he looks up. Nothing stolen. You pause. The spices rich in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphas. You look at Emphas, the listener, and imagine that he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story, something with spice. That has never stopped you. That's true, but mechanically, I mean. You start simple. You tell Emphas about the routines and the structures of a life as a sleeper. SNRP assignments, the freezing cold transport shuttles, endless tedious days of work. You make it almost sound normal, as if you weren't also struggling with your new bodies, your fractured minds, your harrowing depersonalization. This is for effect. Then you explain one assignment, a scrap detail in a facility left to rot for hundreds of cycles. The idea you tell Emphas was to rip the place to pieces, turn it all to scrap and load it into freighters. Most of it was machine work, but they sent a couple of you down deep into the facility on a special order to find the mainframe and disconnect it. You leave a dramatic pause for emphasis' sake. You lean in a little so the smoke of the cooking fills your nostrils, and you tell him the way the place moved, the way it shifted and changed in front of you. The way the corridors twisted and pulsed like intestines, and at the rotten heart of it all, you tell him what you found. I really like this guy's design too. It's really good. Just a basket of radishes on the fucking, or onions or whatever they are, on the back. An empty suit from which erupted a mass of metal, like a tree, like a forest. Great chunks of ribbed steel exploding from the faceplate. Buttresses of silicon stretching up into the shadows, and a mainframe that screamed when you cut it out. Emphas finished cooking and squints a little at you, sleeper, and he smiles. You are quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Emphas passes you the meal he had cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks, a natural exchange. Thank you, sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market, but my time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you longer, so I will make it a proposal. He gestures to the plastic box of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap in the Greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No, neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Emphas begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. Perhaps. Consider it. Emphas sides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market, the rich taste of Emphas' food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food, you think, a trade that seems more than fair. Damn. This game just keeps making up reasons to have to go to other places, which is great, but also like, let me do, like, let me finish the thing. Stop giving me more shit. Oh. I don't know if there's any more. I guess I could, like, putz around. Well, that involves money. Everything involves money. Time for nap nap. We heard you like quests. We heard you like quests and you can't finish them because you're doing 8 million other things. Twos! Yes! Let's get heckin', baby! Alright. Stoked. The problem is, if we hack too many things... the stupid thing comes after us. Alright, I need this guy for sure. Doop doop doop. Okay, cool. Let's do this one at a time, I think. Might be the safe way to go. Doop. Let's go. Yes. Thank you. Scoping the system. Fung's eyes light up as the data is transferred over. He hands you a stack of chits and waves you off. Okay, but let's get this fucking tracker out, eh? As you enter the bay, Fung is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark in staccato rhythms, unseen eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads. Fung's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by a hammer of a fist on a metal case. These sneaky shitheads. Sleeper. Fung's smiling head pops out from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I've been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying to not trip on any loose cables. Same. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Fung waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with a pale list of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The table seems to be filled with personal information, names, gender, date, ID, all markers of institutional records. But who people? Bingo. I pulled these from old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners. And he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This snaky shithead. He stabs the screen, the finger, and his name reads Harden Hurst. Friend of yours? Funny you should say that. Drags a stool out behind him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Harden Hurst in Havenedge. That's it. He's right there on the station now. Just think about it. Decades ago, Harden worked on the station as a... Leans across the look of the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Our Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined a priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Harden shuttled thousands of palladium rushed workers into an infrastructure which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back to Solheim. I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Fung turned back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They breathed Solheim air and slept in Solheim beds. Damn. What is that called? Like the corporate town or something? Company towns. Fung's voice rises as he speaks, his hands and fists on the terminal edge. Modern serfdom? Yeah. No, it was like like when they had the mining towns that are owned by one company. And then they paid the people in like scrip, and it was like not actual money. And the work that paid for their existence, the cycles of hard extraction on the belt, Solheim took their cut. This is a company town, so to speak. That's what it is, company town. And my parents were just another in a long line of freelancers and contractors work. I bet they do. In their like stupid Menlo Park or whatever it is. Willing to risk their lives for a shot of anything other than poverty. Disposable. Sky. Staring at Harden once again with his fingers, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, it's still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. Who knows? He turns to you and smiles, so we're going to find out. Harden is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Havenedge might be born out of Erland's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy is not. Harden happened to float to the top. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from systems digging around their stuff. Plus, we need more than just a name. We need proof. Fung holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one's set to the scent of Harden Hurst. Getting into the compound might be tricky, but you, however, a particular knack for remote access. If you can extract yourself an Havenedge cipher from a Havenedge agent, then they sometimes carry among them their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. What's in it for me? Rooting around corrupt Snake not enough? Find the information, I'll start working on that tracker. What? Dude, you're supposed to do this the first time! What the fuck? Anything the worm gets, it'll send back here. And something wrong here, and I aim to get rotten core of it. As you walk out, you try to imagine the Eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people. A vast Solheim-built machine to which thousands poured from the surrogate systems looking for a new life. The hope of a better future engineered to align someone else's pockets. It's an idea you're intimately familiar with. Wow. Damn, I thought this guy was gonna help us out. Well, he is, but with more fucking things to do. So how do I get over this place? Is it here? Haven Edge data. Wait, where's this guy? Did you like disappear? What the hell? Ah, sick. That's good. Neutral outcome still nets us some money, so that's good. Oh shit, there's a new ship here. Scrap allowance. That's what we needed. Let's go. Here we go, baby. Ship mine core. As it assembles the ship mine, it opens to reveal a completed but heavily dented unit. Drive complete. 1 upgrade point. Let's go, baby. Huh, what do we wanna... Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. Oh. Or we could turn this into a +1 too. Huh. You need 2 for here. Do we go with the +1? Do we start getting smart? I feel like the +1 might be better. Cool. Vending machine, let's go. Sleeper, must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine is clearly too much. Ship mine has no output features. Will be mute until slotted. Servo motors of the machine begin to rev. First, imprint ship mine. Then slot imprinted ship mine to physical ports close to Hunter Nest. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest. Slot ship mine at core nest. Show Hunter data to Hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. The lights on the vending machine recycle as Neovent prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station. Will need keys. But yes, simple. Any questions? Cannot access via network. Too dangerous. I am not like you, hybrid. I am native to cloud. Easy prey. Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self. Link to secondary nests. Can triangulate from there. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surface of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend, better be quick or Haven Edge security team will be here. Neovend's voice appears among the squeals like a whisper carried out by the wind. Machine is not designed for new tasks. Few sensors, limited outputs. Limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with a ship mine, clunkily scraping against it. Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire. Metal creaks as the servos open up the ship mine, its layers of silicon nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting them, imprinting Neovend into its physical form. As you watch, the hypnotic motion of your mind drifts to your own creation. What process were used to emulate your mind, copy the neural structure of the person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility? All was lost. In what ways are you a copy of that person, and in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into the darkness. In the top compartment of the ship mine is whole again. You reach up to take down, heavy and cold to the touch. Is Neovend inside this thing, or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest and slot them into it. And we got another fucking point for helping the vending machine. Insert mind. Man. What should we track next? Should we deal with the rogue AI? Get rid of this tracker? Alright, we have a 2 and we have a 5. We have a thinger. This is Yatakan Keynode. What does this need? A 1? Damn. This needs a 1 again. I think this one needs a 1, yeah. This needs a 2. This also needs a 2. And that needs a... Oh. The gate flips. You are in. Didn't realize it was that simple. Worm slots in and begins tunneling down the thread. Godspeed, little one. Go, little rock star. Okay. Where's my dude? Drone bay. Fong's bay? What? Unlock the drone bay. Hell yeah, I got one of these keys. Oh, we gotta wait for that to go through. Okay. Okay, nothing here. Nothing there. Dock. Cellar. And a tangle of wires thick as your arm. Good thing I didn't open that fucking drone thing, because I think I need to go there. Atrium, sealed hunter's nest. Okay, which one? Atrium? Server unit? Let's just try this one. Open up. Here you go, buddy. Cool. Okay, so we gotta keep opening stuff up and then... Oh, gotcha. Okie doke. I think this key was one? Yes. Sneak out of here. We're making progress. We just got ourselves a key. Now we're opening up this thing so we can put the vending machine brain in. Sick. Alright, now we gotta wait so we can get another key. Maybe we can... We'll do this. Good money, energy, good, good, good. Oh! You finished unloading ahead of schedule and one of the crew invites you aboard to share a warm meal as thanks for your efforts. That's sick. Let's get the last drink here. Mossy tones, at least you can taste it. Oh, that does pick you up. Now we're a regular at the bar. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt, the spacer calls from across the lower room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? You hunch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar. A hand falls on your shoulder, but you flinch and it away. It pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out! The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into hard vacuum. Damn. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. You reach up a hand and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Oops. Through the haze of glass and vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes across the bar like thunder. Damn. We love a good, strong bartender. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tala throws a spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it's cleared, and a fresh measure of grill is glugged out in front of you. Girl. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tal flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tal wipes the powdered glass from around the wound and someone places it in a bottle of alcohol. And a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and turns to you. There was once that was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel pain, only the sting of the status messages your body delivers concerning dermal decay and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes scratch your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters out of skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard all the time tapping the tweezers tips in little rhythms that only she could follow. So you've been on the eye long enough. Hey, you don't need to act tough with me. Splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that idiot. We don't all hate you. Some of the regulars maybe they fear you, but maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. What I know it's like to be new in this place, trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we got aren't much, and the company is limited, but if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. Thanks you, sleeper. Here. She slides glass to you. This'll help. Her hand's still in the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drink? Let's find out! Just don't sit there too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks around the back of the bar, gathering the glasses as she does. Before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction, and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip. The earthy fungal tones fill your nose, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. I don't know if that's like a drink I would find enjoyable. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old feels good. Bar shift? Why do I gotta pay this asshole's thing? That's what I'm worried about. Two twos, two sixes, and a 3? Not a bad roll. Dig it. Okay. We need to get one more key for the Gym Jam, and that's a 1. I don't think we're hacking this round. No. 3 1s. This is a 2. That's the agent. I don't think I need to do that anymore. Yeah, I don't think I need this anymore. Works for me. Assembly. This is dangerous, though. Working here, I think we can get a bonus. Yeah, that's safe. Dope. Bet we could work there a couple more times too, and it would be all right. So we need money. We're hard up. We gotta go to the Greenway, I think. This thing. Jesus. Okay. That's a big... This is risky, but... it works for me. Got food out of that one. New drive. Build a home. Damn. Good day of just crunking out work. Oh, we can sell this to... we could buy scrap from this person. I don't think the scrap resells for very much. Let's see. 12. How long have we gone? An hour, 3.5 hours? a 1 for something? Oh, the agent. Oh shit. No, I need this one. Sorry, the agent's gonna have to wait. Dope. No! The hunter. Entity, submit. Hunter's strange head bobs in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you. In that globed head, you see whirring strings of data, so many spinning here, there, that they're threatening to tear through the skin and whip out in the void around. What happened to this creature? The threads squeeze and you lose any sympathy you might have had. You must escape. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they are broken. You slip away. You realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. Lucky for me, that was the last... Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a lot of stuff opened up here. Oh god. Too much to pay attention to. Lucky for me, that was the last little doop-a-loop. We can unlock that. Ba-chink. There you go, baby. Hunter hunted. The drone is quiet, being full of cables spilled out across the floor. The nest is empty. This is one of 3 nests. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign as if they are leading you somewhere. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mine in your hand, but it is in its place is an orrery, a sphere so bright it burns your eyes, surrounded by rings and orbits. Other spheres tracing silken lines through your space. As you look closer still, you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, flowing like smoke, like dust. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side of the buildings flicker with markers of activity, sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts, protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data. Sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you've ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. Then you see it, below the stacked rooms, units, apartments, the wires and the pipes, and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the hunter's core nest. This is where you must go. Okay. Oh, that's it? Works for me. Here you go, dickwad. Although I should have waited one turn because... Can't believe you just did that. You look across and see him leaning across in the pool of light, empty glasses, spilled liquids glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but the cycle of the place is packed. A load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spills his glass in the bar, or they go spend their savings in some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. Wrong, not even close. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't even seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we're even? Come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun. Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. I told you already about begging. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNARP, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract? You're dead? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? That's what I'm saying. Ethan's addressing the bar now, having noticed the attention from the other patrons. You're a coward. I am a professional. Though I should thank you. Ethan nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed client ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up the finger in that general direction without turning around. Nothing to add? Walks back towards the bar. Good, lesson learned. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured that out. That body of yours, and it'll always betray you. That body isn't yours, and it'll always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please go. I'll catch up with you wherever you. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. You turn on your heel and are out of the cloying dark and the sweet stench of the compressor. Sweat stench, wow. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driven by your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Alright. 1 upgrade point. Not even gonna guess on this one, I'm just gonna go for it. Oh. Damn it! I just sold the materials. This has happened so many times in this game, I've just done a thing without looking at everything first. Yeah, that's alright. I can just go... Like, I can literally just go by here and... Easy enough. This guy we're still waiting on. Oh, we have to get multiples anyway, so it's not like... That's annoying. Noodle factory. Delivery. Or noodle making. We could make the noodles. Oh wait, it gives us energy? Okay. Hunt the guy. This is annoying because we gotta fucking spend a lot of... Good amount of resources. Oh wow. If we had the fucking this thing. We could have fucking... You could get it like very quickly. Timbre. What did it say? Timbre Tea House. You've heard that Yatagan enforcer based here is playing low-end residents for information. Alright, yeah, I don't need this, so I can get rid of it for money. Free money works for me. I do like you get 12 regardless. That's pretty good. We should try it, because we'll get, like... And we got a random scrap. Love that. That worked out in our favor. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gather outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and the chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with the supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet, you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. So you keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, sleeper, wait up! Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd. Good to see your friend is breathing hard after shouldering through waiting workers. You made the work team, good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly as he comforts her. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see he's clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. She's good, we just had to rush up here. Puts his hand on her shoulder and clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. I don't know what. A noise sounds from the entrance, a klaxon followed by a list of numbers glowing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry point. Lem stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at crumpled paper. That's my number. Shit. He starts patting the pockets of his gear and glancing. Yes, we'll watch your kid. Blinks. Thank you. Well, he crouches to Mina. Are you gonna stay with our friend, okay? They're gonna keep you safe, and here, take her bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food. I have to go. I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Lem disappears into the crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed stare you can't quite read. She holds the stare unmoving. The two parallel tears still glint on her cheeks. You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. Battered slate sits on top, blinking low battery warning, and tucked beside it, a ragged rabbit hand sewn. Pull the rabbit out of the bag. Its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. Mina turns away and looks at the entrance to the shipyard. This isn't going well. You hold the rabbit out, and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring down. Ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you, and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. Are you really a robot? So cool. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust, but before long you are talking about rabbits. Either way, and what Esther, the lady who usually takes care of her, smells like. And whether or not fairies live in the ice heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you. Just as both of you are starting yawn, he is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up to his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. You two get on okay? Trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. We managed. Mina glances carefully at you, hiding a smile that's slowly growing. Well, looks like Mina here can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs, and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend, I mean it. I owe you. Look, it seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches, is going out to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. If you have time. But now, I have to take this one to eat. He plays. Mina giggles. See you, sleeper. He waves and they stumble off the corridor, drawing gazes from past spaces as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor. Another drive. Jeebus. Oh wait, did we ever go here? Okay, cool. Oh my god, this has 8 billion bajillion fucking wow. Let's go build us a house. Oh, that's nice. You can babysit so you can get a job. What was this one? Oh, yeah. Okay. What do we have to do down here? Oh, this. Okay. I still don't know what we gotta do with this thing. I suppose we gotta, like, climb it or something? I'm not really, like... Not really too happy about that one. Okay. How does this game save is the real question. Okay. I think this is a good stopping point. We did a lot. This is really fun. I like how this is set up. Where you have the different die, you have a different, like, you have to manage a lot of things, kind of. The tracking of the stuff is good, I think. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of different things you can do, so it's not like if you get a bad roll, you can't do anything. There's always like a lot of stuff going on, a lot of avenues to explore. But with that, I'm going to call it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I kind of want I want an actual TTRPG based on this now, though. It's like, and I bet I could cook up something or rework a few different games that use these type of mechanics. So it's out there. Yeah, that's gonna be me. I don't see anybody online. If anyone has a suggestion, you could just drop it real quick, or if not, we'll call it. I bet you could. I bet I could. There's a lot of stuff. This is very inspiring. Yeah. Well, if that's it, we'll call it. And I will see everyone later, I guess.